Hey guys, what's up? Al here from Alan Gaming, and today I'm going to be predicting where each team in the Premier League will finish, who's going to get relegated, who's going to finish top goal scorer, who's going to get Player of the Year, and who's going to win Young Player of the Year in terms of finishing from first to last. I did manage to correctly predict the two teams that would do well at the World Cup. They were France and Croatia, so fingers crossed I'm able to tip who's going to win, who's going to get relegated this year in the Premier League. I'm then at the end of the video going to compare what I think compared to what Sky think, and we'll see where we go from there, guys. So, who do I think is going to finish first in the league? I think I'm the same as most people this year. I'm going to go with Manchester City to retain their title. They've also brought in Mahrez this year for about 50 million from Leicester. I think it's going to be a close horse race between Man City and Liverpool this year. They've spent 170 million, the most out of any Premier League club in the summer transfer window, spending around 170 million on Alisson, Keita, Shaqiri, and Fabinho. I reckon that between the two of them, they're going to score a shit ton of goals, guys. They've added to the likes. They've also got Firmino, Salah, and Mane. So the attacking players in Liverpool, guys, are absolutely unreal. If we compare and contrast the attacking of Liverpool to the attacking of Manchester United, it is completely different. United are a defensive team. I do believe Jose Mourinho will get the sack around January to March time because the fans are just sick of him. He comes up with excuse after excuse, and I think the owners are sort of getting a bit sick of it as well. Will United bring in? I think they want one more player, don't they? Barcelona offered, I think, 45 million for Paul Pogba. I don't think they'll accept that. He'll be staying at the club. They've also brought in Fred and the left back or right back Diego Dalot from Porto as well. Sorry guys, I am looking over here because I have written down where I think each team will finish. As a surprise package, I think Arsenal will finish fourth, guys. I would like to see them back in the Champions League the first time of asking under Unai Emery. I think he's a fantastic manager. I'm a slightly biased here because I'm a little bit of an Arsenal fan. I do follow them in the Premier League. They are the team I follow because I've got family down in that area. They brought in the likes of Torreira, Lichtsteiner, and Leno, so Leno will be competing with Czech for the #1 jersey. That's going to be interesting to see who gets that. Leno didn't have a great time at Bayer Leverkusen. He was a bit like Correas. He is a bit clumsy, so we'll see. But I would like to think Arsenal would get back into the Champions League first time asking. I'm going to go with Chelsea to finish sixth under Maurizio Sarri. They've brought in the likes of Jorginho, but it is transfer deadline day tomorrow, guys, and they could lose Courtois to Real Madrid, and Kovacic could come the other way. So we'll have to see what happens on deadline day, but I don't tip them to have a great season at all. The same goes for Tottenham, who I think will have the first season syndrome in the new stadium, the new White Hart Lane. The same happened to West Ham when they moved to the Olympic Stadium. They had an awful first season. It's because the fans aren't used to it, the players aren't used to it, the whole atmosphere changes. So I don't tip Tottenham to do very well at all. And because they've only been linked with Jack Grealish, who will probably sign on transfer deadline day, they haven't signed anybody else. And I believe to be up there with Man City and Liverpool and teams like that, you need to be making good acquisitions. Yes, they've got a fantastic squad. They've got Harry Kane, they've got Eriksen, they've got Heung-min Son. But is that enough to challenge for the top of the league? No, I don't think so. My surprise package finishing seventh is going to be Wolves this year, guys. They have made some great acquisitions. They've brought in the likes of Afobe, Patricio, Matinho, just to name a few. They've made a few signings. Can they all gel together? If they can, then I do tip them to do very well and finish in a Europa League spot. Finishing eighth will be Everton, guys. They're always thereabouts in the top half. They brought in Digny for about 15-20 million from Barcelona, and also Richarlison for 50 million, who was with the Everton manager at Watford. 50 million for that sort of player is a rip-off comparing to Liverpool, who only paid 12.5 million for Shaqiri. But there you go. That is the transfer window at the moment. I'm going to go with Leicester to finish ninth. They normally finish in the top half and have a pretty good season, don't they? And they brought in the likes of Johnny Evans from relegated West Brom last season. Finishing 10th, I'm going to go with Bournemouth, guys, under Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe plays some really nice football, and I don't think Bournemouth will be in any doubt of getting relegated. But between 10th and like 17th, 18th, 19th, there's not many points in it. There's normally only like 6 or 7 points. So they'll probably only get like 48, 49 points, but they'll finish 10th overall. Finishing 11th, guys, it's where it starts to get a bit more difficult. I'm going to go with Newcastle under Rafa Benitez. Rafa Benitez is a great manager, but he's not had the financial backing of Mike Ashley, who is the director of Newcastle. He doesn't give them enough money. Money does sort of like say where your team finishes. Leicester proved that wrong a few seasons ago when they did win the league. But normally the team that spends the most money has more chance of finishing top of the league. And because they've only brought in Rondon on loan from West Brom, who I don't think is a great striker anyway, and Kennedy, who was with them from January last season from Chelsea, he's also signed an end of the season loan this season. I don't tip them to do very well, guys. They'll finish 11th in my opinion this season. Who do I think is going to finish? Are we on 12th now? I think around about 12th. That's going to be West Ham for me. Karen Brady and co have made some great signings at West Ham this season. I can't quite remember who they brought in, but I believe they'll have a better season. And next season as well, they'll do even better, and they'll be climbing up the table because I believe they do have aspirations of challenging for the Europa League, but just not this season. Finishing 13th will be Burnley, guys. They're not going to have the best of seasons because of their Europa League campaign. As long as they get into the Europa League, guys, then I think they'll finish 13th. If they don't, then I think they'll finish higher than that. But I'm going off if they purely finish in the Europa League, because playing on Thursday to playing on Sunday is tough, guys, and I think we've seen that in the past with teams like Arsenal who do find it hard and then consequently finish 7th or 8th that season. So as long as Burnley get into the Europa League, I think the same will happen to them. And I'm going to go with Southampton to finish 14th. They're always a team that sells the players to the top clubs like Liverpool, and they'll continue to do so in order to keep afloat. I'll then go with Watford to finish 15th. Sorry, guys, I don't know what players these are brought in. I know they've lost Richarlison. I presume they've still got Troy Deeney, so I don't think they'll get relegated. I'll then go with Crystal Palace, to finish 16th. They're always there or thereabouts to getting relegated. I don't think they'll get relegated this season, though. And then Fulham to finish 17th. I think they'll just stay up under Jukanovic. 18th, these are teams that I think are going to get relegated. I think Brighton probably will get relegated this season. They're always there or thereabouts to getting relegated. Cardiff to get relegated, and also Huddersfield to get relegated, guys, because they only just stayed up last season. So let's analyse what I've just said. I'll go with Man City to win the league quite comfortably. 6 or 7 points clear of Liverpool. Kind of close second, but it's going to be interesting early on in the season. That's when the title's going to be won or lost, because City were able to run away with it last season. Liverpool have made some great signings. I believe they'll finish above Manchester United, which is what they'll want. And Manchester United to finish 3rd. Arsenal to be the surprise package, finishing 4th. I would really like to see them back in the Champions League. Maybe that's just me being an Arsenal fan, but I really would like to see them there. And I believe the signings they brought in could see them finish there. Between like 3rd and 6th, that's when the places can interchange. But that's what I've gone off. I don't reckon Chelsea will have a good season, and I've given my sort of explanations for Tottenham of why I think they'll finish 6th. Wolves are my surprise package of the year, if you like. Another team could finish there or thereabouts, but I believe Wolves will finish in the top half. To get relegated, I've gone with Brighton, Cardiff and Huddersfield. I know Huddersfield will get relegated this year. They played some terrible football last year. They were really, really boring to watch. And also Cardiff and Brighton. Who do I think is going to win the Golden Boot this year? I don't reckon Mo Salah can emulate what he did last year. He scored a ridiculous amount of goals, like 32, 33. He'll still get 20 plus, but I believe Harry Kane will win the Golden Boot this year, with Sergio Aguero or Aubameyang or someone like Lacazette coming 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Salah will be also up there as well in the top 5 spots. Who do I think is going to win Player of the Year? Kevin De Bruyne was unlucky to miss out last year because Mo Salah had such a great season. So I'm going to go with him to win Player of the Year this season. Young Player of the Year, I'm going to go with Sane as long as he breaks through in the Man City squad and plays. Someone like Gabriel Jesus, Rashford or Martial could also break through into the likes and become an absolute fantastic player and win Young Player of the Year. I've said who I think is going to get relegated. Let's go and talk about the Championship, guys. So who do I think is going to get promoted from the Championship? I don't think West Brom are strong enough. I think Stoke are. I think they'll go up first time of asking. And also other teams that I think could challenge, someone like Derby, Leeds or Nottingham Forest. They've also made great acquisitions. I would like to see Leeds up there getting promoted, because I have got a family down there. My dad also supports Leeds, or supported Leeds. In terms of my team, Blackpool, we've just lost our manager Gary Bowyer, so we are unfortunately probably going to get relegated this season down to League Two. And under the crisis that we've got at the moment with Owen Oyster and the whole court scenario, I don't tip us to do very well at all. Let's compare what I thought in terms of the Premier League, guys, to what Sky thought. They have Man City to finish top. Tottenham, surprisingly, to finish 2nd. I don't think that at all. And then Liverpool 3rd, United 4th. That's similar to me. Chelsea, they think it's going to miss out, same as me, and Arsenal. So similar to me, they've then gone with Leicester to finish 7th, Burnley 8th. Don't think Burnley will finish 8th. Palace 9th, Everton 10th. Where have they put Wolves to finish a bottom? I don't agree with that. We're clearly different there, but that's what they think, guys. So that's the comparison all done. Obviously, if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done it already. I do enjoy bringing you sort of content like this. I'm also really looking forward to FIFA 19, bringing you new videos on FIFA 19 Ultimate Team, including custom tactics, other cool stuff on online draft. I really can't wait for the new FIFA, as well as other games such as Red Dead, you know, Fallout. The new Fallout game is going to be absolutely epic as well. So there's a lot to look forward to next year. But obviously, if you did enjoy this video, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done already. But for now, this is Al signing out from Alan Gaming, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace out.